Hello, my name is Joe Meehan, and I'm here to talk to you about Fireside Pipes today, my Fireside Pipes, and give you a little bit of information, some of the background behind them, and later on uh, bother you by playing them a little bit. But before we do that, I want to thank a number of people who have made this series possible. I'd like to thank the Arizona Commission on the Arts, the Flagstaff Arts Council, Arizona Community Foundation, the City of Flagstaff, and Coconino County. And they've all contributed to help. And I would like to do a special thanks to Reardon Mansion State Historic Park for allowing us to film here and for their support of Knox throughout the years. We're filming this in the West House of the mansion, and Reardon is available for events. If you call their website, they can give you an idea of what events are coming up, what's happening, and information on tours and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. The pipes that I have here today are Gibson Fireside Pipes. I purchased them a number of years ago when Jim Thompson's shop was open. I walked in one day and he was playing a set, and I fell in love with him and bought a complete set. And at that time, Gibson was selling them in 3 different keys. You could set them up. You could set the pipes up for a key of B flat, which is the traditional Great Highland Pipes key. Key of A, which allows you to play with stringed instruments, pianos, people singing, things like that, and the key of D, which allows you to irritate small mice because it's very high and it's somewhat difficult, especially because among other things the chanters are so short, or not the chanters but the drones are so short that they are right next to your ear. So I have not yet done much with the key of D, even though I've had them for a number of years. Nowadays, I believe you can I've seen online where they're only available in the key of B flat and A, which are the 2 most popular keys. So let's show you, I'll show you a couple things here before I play them. This is my pipes as I have them set up in B flat now. I have these set up with a bag. The original bag that comes from Gibson is a very dark navy blue velvet with gold fringe on it, and it's very pretty. But I set mine up. My son is in the military, and when I got a set of pipes, or I got a new bag, it was in the camouflage. It wasn't this bag, but it was the same camouflage with black fringe on it. And then I'll tell you the story of where that bag went in just a minute. And then I had another bag done up exactly the same, and I have his unit and his rank and his name and everything else. And we have, as I say, we have the chanter, we have the blowpipe, and we have the 3 different drones. And so it's set up exactly like the Great Highland Pipes, and it sounds exactly like the Great Highland Pipes, only not quite as loud. These are called Fireside Pipes. A lot of people wonder, well, what's the difference between them and parlor pipes? Parlor pipes are the same. There's really no difference. They were used for practicing bagpipes because they were smaller, easier to play. But also, one of the things I like about them is that they're not as loud. You could consider they're intended to be played in front of your fireplace, as we are here, without disturbing the rest of the home. They're designed to be played in an apartment without disturbing your neighbors. And I have played mine around a Mountain Man campfire. I have played mine in a canoe sitting in the middle of Blue Ridge Reservoir. I usually take them and play at Citizen Cemetery. I have yet to have anybody get up and walk out, but I can have a little bit of quiet, a little bit of without being interrupted by anybody. They're just a much more mellow, lower key pipe. It's not any complaint against the Great Highland pipes. They all have their usefulness. I have a variety of bags, as I mentioned. I have mine set up right now in the ACU camouflage. I had another, when my son was in Korea, I had a different camouflage. There's a desert camouflage that I had set up. And then this bag has a story. When I went in June of 2009 for my son's graduation from infantry school at Fort Benning, there was a man in his unit, in his boot camp unit, by the name of Angus Smith. And Angus Smith was 41 years old, which was just below the top end of soldiers that could enlist. And he was allowed to enlist because he had prior military experience. And Angus Smith had been a piper in the Black Watch in England. And when I came, my son asked me to bring my pipes because Angus had his pipes and he thought we could play together. And Angus had been playing his pipes as they were out marching on various training exercises. And we got together after their graduation. They had a party at a pub. And Angus wanted me to bring my pipes, and I can now honestly say that I have played with a Black Watch piper. Now, the good thing about that is that he was playing the Great Highland pipes, and they completely drowned out my Fireside pipes, plus everybody in the room was drunk, so it made it very good. But I did, and then I gave him my first ACU camouflage bag, and he gave me the bag from his pipes. Now, these are not Black Watch pipe, but this is the bag that he was getting. So we exchanged bags. So that's where that one comes from. So getting back to the pipes themselves, as I mentioned, they can be done in 3 different keys. They can be done in the key of B flat as they are set up now, and the chanter is the same as the practice chanter that you would get when you learn. It has all the same spacings on the fingers. The A chanter is the same length, but the key spacings are a little different, and there is a complete different set of reeds. That's B flat. A completely separate set of reeds. Now, these are set up to take synthetic plastic reeds. This is a set for people like me who aren't very musically oriented, and they're easy to adjust. So you have a complete different set of reeds for each of the drones and the chanter. And then you have the same thing for the key of D, which is a very, very short chanter, again with different arrangements of the fingerings and a very small set of drones that are completely different. When you set them up for the key of A, you use the B flat drones, you just change out the reeds. But when you do the key of D, you have much shorter drones, and it is a much higher pitch, and as I mentioned earlier, and it has a completely separate set of reeds. It works well if you need to drive mice out of your house. I think that's about it on the equipment, on the setup. I will attempt to play a tune here. You can sit with these. You can get up and walk around with these. You can run fast when people chase you. Anyway, there is one thing that I neglected to tell you, was that in tuning these, which I'm sorry I didn't take time to tune them here, but in tuning them, you can shut off each of the drones. You can shut off all of the drones and tune each drone individually simply by turning the drone until it stops playing, and then you can open up one drone at a time. And I'll see if I can do this so you can hear that. So you can use the chanter individually, and then you can open up each drone individually, tune that drone, then shut it down, move to the next drone, tune that drone, shut it down, move to the third drone, tune that one, and shut it, and then open them all up. And it's a really nice way of being able to tune as you go along. So I'm going to open them up one at a time. And the way that works is at the bottom of each drone, there's a spacer, there's an adapter between the actual drone and the actual fitting in the pipe. The fitting in the pipe has a hole, and the adapter has a hole. And as you turn the adapter, it either opens up and allows the air to come through or shuts it off completely. So they're very good about being able to tune them that way. So, I've done enough horrible playing. That's what the Fireside Pipes are about. And they're also called parlor pipes. There may be other names for them. They come in a variety, you can go online, they come in a variety of styles, of prices. Of course, the ones with the multiple keys are more expensive, but I think they're well worth it. Thank you very much.